Then here we go.
Right,
We are live.
Live myself.
Cool. Oh man. Hopefully everybody will pop in. They usually do. It takes a second. They're gonna be like, "Yo, you're not playing a game." No, I'm not. I'm not playing a game. I'm about to play games here in a second.
Just like
Hey, there's you, Mortis. All right. Let's see if I can shoot everybody in here. Doom, 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 doom. There we go.
What's up?
And what stinks though, they won't see me on your chat, but it's all right. No worries.
Oh, I know.
Little rain. Yeah, I try to teach Scott TikTok's algorithm and stuff, but it's Scott. It's fun.
I mean, oh shit. I must have fell back in this janky ass damn chair.
Dude, that would have been the funniest thing on TikTok. You just fucking disappear. What is that name? Turtles. Turtle is light. Turtle is light. Hello.
What's up, everybody joining?
What's up, everybody? Let's get everybody in here. Tap my screen. Now, if you if you're live on your TikTok, you can tap your screen as much as you can to give yourself love, and it notifies people that you're live. And then once you get up to like 3,000 likes, then it puts it basically on an FYP page, and then more people show up.
Yeah, I did not know I could give myself love.
Yeah, give yourself love, man.
I used to do that in the bathroom.
Oh shit! All right,
I usually give myself love in the bathroom when I'm before I take a shower.
Yeah, dude. Get it when it's dirty. What's up, Oil Man 661? Give me a second.
What's up, everybody?
People will start showing up. What's up, Sammy?
Just crap, baby.
All right. So, anyways. What's up, Michael? What up, dog? What up, man? How are you, bud? Just going to do a quick little chat with my boy Rick right here.
Thank you, David.
We're gonna get a little spooky. Don't forget, Michael. Share this out, man. Share this out. All right. So tonight, here on the 13th podcast, we're going live off my page. We're not doing it on the 13th podcast page. We're just gonna do a random little thing. What's up, Wes Sandquest? That's a fun name. I know last week's episode we were talking about haunted Alaska. Didn't really get anywhere with it. Didn't really have any stories or anything. So thanks, bud. I appreciate that, Michael. And so I am just going to wing it and just go for it and just start talking about other stuff than the paranormal.
If I wasn't doing a podcast, you could, but...
So, Rick, with your experiences with the paranormal, where's it start?
My experience with the
I feel
paranormal. My experience with the paranormal started when I was young. I mean, I wasn't even walking yet. My grandmother used to do tarot cards and had a crystal ball and everything, so she was really into it.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember I was not allowed in her bedroom if she wasn't home.
Okay.
We had 2 dogs, and as soon as I would crawl to her bedroom, one of the dogs would grab me by my diaper, pull me back, and the other dog would sit there and growl into the room. But when she was there, she was fine. As far as I can remember, at her old house in Brown Street in Franklin, when I started walking and everything else like that, I can remember going to her kitchen and where her kitchen is, there was a door that led out to the garage. Well, I can remember seeing a figure with 3 horns.
3?
Yes, 3 horns.
Like, how would that work? Like,
They had 2 coming out this way and 1 coming like that.
oh,
It was kind of like a shadow.
oh, no.
But I just went from there. When I lived on, when me, my mom, and my dad lived on Key Avenue, or Keys Road here in Carlisle. It's like right up the road where I live at now. I remember waking up in the middle of the night sometimes and seeing people looking in my windows.
Oh. Wait, and
Yeah,
you...
I mean,
What? Wait, like, did you live, like, on a second story thing?
no, I lived on a regular 1-story ranch.
And what was your age range?
At that time, I was between 5 and 6.
No bueno. No, thank you. No, I don't deal with that.
Which is also where my dad used to do his home haunts when we lived over there.
Yeah.
He'd let me up and let me. That's also how I got into haunting too. So.
Yeah, my haunting started. I want to say haunting. My love for Halloween started at a very, very young age. My dad collected masks, not just normal masks. You know those big masks you can get, just the oversized ones, the dragons, the trolls, and all this other stuff. That's when it started. My parents basically, like, you're in it. You don't have a choice. You're gonna love Halloween without a doubt. I blame my parents. But my brother Bobby was the reason why I got into haunting, because haunting haunted houses. Was he worked at? Do you remember when, you know, the building across Skateway, the old building right there, when it was a haunted house? Mm-hmm. My brother's best friend ran that. That was his haunt. And he worked there as Leatherface. And I remember one day I dropped him off. I was probably 12 years old. I didn't drop him off. My dad did, but I went with my brother. And I remember he got out of the car. They threw him a chainsaw. He put on Leatherface, and he went straight into character. And I thought that was the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. That my big brother is fucking Leatherface. And then I remember seeing him perform as Leatherface in the Chambers of Horror. I was like, dude, that's my brother, and he's fucking scaring all these people. This is my brother. And then I remember he got a hair up his ass one time. He's like, hey, do you want to come to the Chambers tonight with me and act? And I'm like, dude, I can't do that. I'm 14. He said, it's okay, you can do it. So I went there, talked to the owner, Ed, and
doing a podcast. Sorry,
that was it. That's when my whole career took off. But when it comes to haunting, spirits and paranormal, I don't know. I've seen things that I shouldn't probably. I think the earliest I can date back is probably 8 or 9 years old. I was with my mom and my aunt and my brother. We were driving we went up to Boston to go see my dad because he had a job up there. We went to Bunker Hill. We went to Salem. We went to Boston. We did all these things. And this is during wintertime. We're on the way back from Massachusetts. We drove through Connecticut and we got hit with a massive blizzard. I don't know if this is necessarily paranormal, but in a way it is, because you'll know. So my mom and my aunt stopped in Connecticut, and we stopped at this gas station. And
my laptop.
When we went to this gas station, we went in and we got gas station food because everything else was closed. Well, I remember this one point when we walked in the gas station. I was at this little freezer, and I wanted to get me a little gas station.
Podcast. Why I can't answer a lot.
I wanted to get a little gas station hamburger, and I went to the gas station with my mom and my aunt and my brother, and I got the hamburger. But I remember this guy. This guy was in there, and he wasn't really getting anything. He was just standing there, like, watching us. And 8, 9 years old, you're not really thinking of much. Well, we leave, we go to this hotel, and this is a little small hotel off the highway in Connecticut. We go into the hotel, lock the door, and then my mom and aunt said, hey, like, we're gonna go to go get some ice. We'll be right back. My mom shut the door, the curtains were shut, and they go get some ice out of the ice machine. Not as soon as they shut that door and walked away, me and my brother were playing with these toys that mom got us, and we saw a shadow walk past the window. We thought it was just a normal person. All right. But it was that man that was in that gas station. So we walked past the window, did our thing, walked past the window again. Okay, now we're starting to get a little worried. Then he walks past the window, but this time he's at the door. Immediately starts shaking the door, trying to get in. All right, and this is where I think it's paranormal. He's trying to get in, banging on the fucking door. Me and my brother are completely fucking scared. We didn't have cell phones. This is 2000, 99 or 2000, and
both of you were young.
Very young, very fucking young, and we were like trying to say, like, dude, just go away, screaming, and this person just wanted to get inside, and then the banging kept going, and then my mom walked in immediately, and the banging stopped. You would think somebody would be like, oh shit, and then a split second, like a few seconds later, then my mom would walk in. No, it was bang, 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 my mom walked in.
Damn.
Scariest fucking thing I have ever experienced in my life. I haven't experienced anything like that before or ever again, but that was the most terrifying thing. I don't know what it was, what he was, or if it was even a person. I just don't know. But I was probably like 8 or 9 years old when that happened. And I was always deathly afraid of just seeing stuff. I was afraid of people. But yeah, that's when everything started for me, man. I think. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't know if it was paranormal or not, but that's all I really remember when it comes to something absolutely fucking terrifying me. And it was really bad. I did not like that at all.
Now you're going to put this on the 13th podcast.
Space.
Right?
Yep.
13th podcast.
Yep. So we're on Spotify, all major platforms.
Yeah. Somebody was asking me where to hear it at.
Yeah. Oh no, this one's on my page, Mortus.
Yeah, they'll be on Mortus.
Yeah, Mortus.
Right now.
Yeah.
We're both live. Me and Mortus.
But yeah, man, it was definitely something I didn't really want to experience again. And then my mom got a house in Westchester, old Westchester. The house is tore down now, but this house was like 200 years old. And I've seen some. I seen things. My mom's seen things, and stuff I just can't explain. And it just gives me some heebie-jeebies when I think about it. Like the boogeyman. I don't fuck with the boogeyman. No, thank you. And that wasn't like the initial fear. It was the darkness. Because I never know what's gonna come out of it. Thanks, Brooklyn. Thanks for the share and love. I do after this after we do this little episode here. I do plan on going live, playing games and stuff. So don't get discouraged. I just wanted to do a quick little episode, so we can get some content out. Do you believe in like spirits can be attached to objects
That I don't know. I think it's more like a conduit. They use it. They don't really attach themselves to objects. I think they more or less they uh, they use that object to, I don't know. Just they just use an object because anything has, if anything has energy, spirits and stuff can add some stuff to it. So I think they uh, either part of them or just their energy will attach to it. So they'll use that to be able to haunt other places.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's it.
If that makes any sense.
That does.
To...
I don't know. I haven't really experienced anything that is necessarily. Is that like a type of Brooklyn? I don't know. To answer that question, I have no idea. I have no idea.
I look at it as more like kind of like using a Ouija board. I mean, spirits don't really attach themselves to the Ouija board, but they use the Ouija board to come through to answer questions and stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't really believe in Ouija boards because they didn't really do anything with me. So
never did anything with me. Dude, I've made my own Ouija board. I've carved it, and I did a salt circle and candles and everything, and nothing's happened that I know of. I don't know. Maybe it put a curse on my life or something. I don't fucking know. It's like, man, dude, you're gonna grow up and you're gonna have a bald spot underneath your chin. Thanks, appreciate it. No, yeah, I don't know,
one of
man.
my friends, I fucked with them hardcore one day. He's like, dude, I don't know, I can't get this Ouija board to work. Come over and help me work it because I know you know about this shit. So I went over there and I was like, all right.
What's up, Mr. Sweets?
And he's doing everything possible to get this Ouija board to work. Well, he was stoned. I'm like, yes, I could fuck with him, and I'm going to. So I'm like, what are you doing? So he's like, I was like, that's a question, and it's not moving and stuff. I'm like, you're doing it all wrong, dude. You're doing it all wrong. He goes, what do you mean? I was like, well, one, do you got any candles? Because I got a couple black candles. I'm like,
light the motherfuckers up, dude.
Well, a lot of people don't realize is black candles actually absorb the negative energy. Use white candles to release the positive.
Yeah.
Of course, Hollywood wants to Hollywoodize shit. So here he is. He has 3 black candles on one side, 3 black candles on the other. We have the lights off, and I'm using I'm going to start using the shadows I just making. It's still not doing anything. But he didn't know I just hold on to it. It wasn't going to go anywhere. So I was like, dude, piss it off. He goes, what do you mean? I was like, man, just start yelling at the board. So he's like, you fucking spirit, fuck you. I mean, just going off. I take my fingers, put it behind the planchette, and flick it. Hits him right in the chest. He freaks out. He starts screaming. He's running out the door. And I'm rolling. I'm cracking up, man.
That's the best thing to do, especially if somebody's like a true believer about this stuff. I did the exact same thing, basically. We were in this room. I had my two little cousins, and then my ex-girlfriend at the time, and then her friend. And I was pitch black with the candles, the salt circle and stuff, and they were like asking all these questions. And I remember I had a coin in my hand. I went behind me and I flicked it as hard as I can. Just give it one little flick. Dude, that bitch hit something perfectly, and it scared the living hell out of them. I was like, yeah! Same thing with like going to graveyards and stuff. What's up, Jesse's boyfriend? Jesse's girl. Dude, I remember I was at this one graveyard. It's up over there by I think it's over there by Houston Woods, small little cemetery, and they claim it was haunted by this little girl, and if you see this little girl, she's gonna come home with you. Bullshit. The story was scary. It was really scary, but the bullshit. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make this night boring, not at all. So let's pretend that something's happening. So I started like, man, I'm getting a little lightheaded. I gotta sit down. You all right? No, I'm not. I don't know. I just feel a lot of like pressure in my head all of a sudden. And I went through what's up, Barbosa? I went through this little thorn bush. I ended up getting a few cuts on my shoulder or whatever, and I was like, dude, I just got scratched. And they were like, yo, you got scratched? It's like, dude, you're fucking cursed. I'm like, dude, I don't think so, but I just don't feel good whatsoever. And then I start freaking out. They're like, dude, did you see that? Then they're like, what are you talking about? I said, I just seen a little girl. And just freaking the hell out, dude. I'm like, dude, I believe in the paranormal. I really do. But when people say like Zach Bagans from Ghost Adventures, dude, shut up. Dude is not... He's all Hollywood, dude. That dude gets paid to act like that.
Here's my thing. It seems like he gets possessed every damn episode.
We are missing some people.
If he got possessed as much as he did, he wouldn't really be alive. He'd be in a mental hospital somewhere.
100%. 100%. But since he acts so good in a very idiotic way, money, dude. It's all about money and publicity. It's all it is. I try so... I think the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me, and I still have no idea, and until this day, I will keep it with me, and I know what I've seen. I know exactly what I've seen, and I hope to God I don't ever see this again. It was my mom and dad were split, so every other weekend I go to my dad's house, and I go to my dad's. It's over the weekend. My stepmom and my dad, Mr. Tickless. I don't know how to think about that name. What's up, buddy? My stepmom and my dad slept in the living room, and you had to walk through a den to the kitchen, and then into the living room, and then basically, if you go straight, there's the hallway, and to the right was the living room. Well, my brother's room was on the other side of the house. Okay, so you had to walk through, because we had two living rooms. We had to walk through one living room, and then go into the den, and then step into the kitchen, and then into the hallway, and then there's a long hallway that's pitch black. Anyways, my brother was playing video games all night. And my brother's like, hey man, you just want to spend the night in the room tonight? I'm like, you know what, heck yeah, dude. Let me go grab my blanket. It's around 3 o'clock in the morning. Witching hour. Here it is. So I open up my brother's door. I go into the first living room, walk past it, go into the den, step up into the kitchen, and I walk around the wall where the hallway is, and then, again, long hallway, and then to the right was the living room. Okie dokie. Cool. So I remember in the kitchen, the microwave light was on, and then the hallway, it as soon as you leave the kitchen, it was pitch black down the hallway, and then I hear my stepmom and my dad snoring in the living room. I remember just looking down this hallway, and I'm focused, dude. I see nothing but black, just complete darkness, and then I hear Dad and Kay, and they're snoring, doing their thing. And then I heard somebody walk down the hallway. And I'm sitting like, my brother's in the room. I'm right here. Dad and Kay's in the living room. What the fuck's walking down the hallway? Well, then it just got louder. Really thick steps. And I'm starting to get scared. Well, then I heard somebody suffocating, not no grudge sound, but and then I remember from the shadows into the kitchen where the light was, I looked down and I saw this this black figure crawling onto the ground, And it kept getting louder and louder and louder. And eventually, once it broke the shadow into the light, I saw the hand, I saw the head, and I fucking ran as fast as I could.
That's always fun.
I ran as fast as I could because I knew what I saw. Then, dude, I did nothing. I was like 13, 14 years old. I went in this, dude, it was the face of what I seen. I don't know what the hell I seen, but till this fucking day, dude, it is by far the scariest moment, one of the scariest moments that I've ever witnessed, other than the thing that happened in Massachusetts. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thank you so much for joining in.
Yeah, I've experienced a lot of stuff, throughout my life. Like, I told you that story about the woods by my apartment.
Yeah.
The graveyard, which I went by there last week, did a little video of it, on Farmington, by my ex mother-in-law, seeing what she's seen. I've experienced a lot of things. I forgot to say, forgot to tell you a story also. I was probably in third grade, or second grade, I'm sorry. I was in second grade, I was living in Franklin, and where the American Legion used to be, right there on 3rd Street or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, which is ironic now because it's a drug and alcohol treatment place. Go figure. But back in the 80s, there used to be houses behind the American Legion. I'm sitting there, and my grandmother lived in the house next to the road. Me and my mom and my dad lived in the house next to it. So it was no big deal me being by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, and I see someone in the corner of my eye at the door. I thought it was one of my friends. I just went like this, and as soon as I turned around, this kid dressed in like late 18th century, early 19th century clothing walks through the door, gets right in front of the television, and disappears. I bolted out of that damn house. The kicker is the houses that are on there, that plot used to be a cemetery.
Oh.
And they dug all the bodies up and put them in the new, the big cemetery in Franklin, because they bought all that land. And my grandmother, when she was younger, she's like, "Oh yes, because I remember watching them dig all the bodies up." Some of the caskets were like, just pine boxes.
Yeah.
So she said once in a while she'll see a hand fall out.
Fuck that, dude.
All this moss or somebody's hair's falling through the cracks and stuff. But she said that she'll sit there and just watch them dig all these bodies up. So here comes a funny story. This is right around when Poltergeist came out.
Mr. Sweet said the smell. I can only imagine.
What's up, Mr. Sweets? But it's funny because this is when Poltergeist came out on HBO when we lived there. My mom hates horror movies. Hates them.
What? She created you, and she doesn't like horror movies?
I get my love for horror from my grandmother on her side.
I remember you saying that. Yep.
So, my Uncle Raymond lived with us at the time.
My light just went out.
I know, I see that. So, my Uncle Raymond lived with us at the time. I'm sitting there, or I'm already asleep. They get into watching Poltergeist. He looks at my mom and goes, "Well, Rhonda, that's a good movie. But do you remember these houses, this land, and these houses are built on top of a cemetery?" Good night, and went to bed. My mom stayed up for 4 nights straight. She had some, a little bit of self-medication going on so she could stay up. But she stayed up for 4 days until she finally crashed.
Fuck that.
And I'm not talking about just staying up. I'm talking about go to work. Because she worked at Sunshine Cafe in Middletown.
Yeah.
So she'd go to work, come home, stay up all day long. When I, because even during the day, there's like doors would open up by themselves, like doors that you could see the lock literally turning
Mm-mm.
and door opening up. So she wouldn't go to sleep during the day. She would take that special snortable caffeine. Go to
Snortable,
work.
some sugar booger.
Yeah.
No,
So
not
she
sugar
yeah
booger. What's it called? Booger sugar. That's what it's called.
yeah booger sugar.
Booger sugar. Yeah.
So yeah, she wouldn't go to sleep for like she did sleep for like 4 days.
Yeah.
And said she remembered that those houses, the land at the house we're on used to be a cemetery.
Mm.
But
Mm.
even like I said, even those houses, we had a cat named Penny. We had to get rid of her. She's a little demonic little bitch. But she would sit there just out of nowhere, look at one of the doors to one of the bedrooms, and just start growling.
Mm-mm.
The hair on her back just start standing up, and she would just sit there, and just do that cat growl that cats do.
Dude, cats sounds are absolutely terrifying, especially when they get
Oh yeah.
pissed off. I know. I'm gonna bring Mr. Sweets up real quick. I remember him telling me something. Uh, he's not really. What's up, Sarah? He's not really a big believer when it comes to the paranormal, and that is completely cool. But I remember him saying the day my mom died, and I think this is like a really cool story. The day my mom died, it
Thanks
was
for all the likes.
it was a rainy day, and I hope I'm getting this right, Steve, if you're still listening. But again, it was a rainy day. It was just a nasty day. Christmas Eve. I'll try not to mess up the story. Mortis, can I be a mod? Yeah. Let me hook you up, Brooklyn. Give me a second. I thought I already made you a moderator. There you go, Brooklyn. There you go. You're a mod. I thought I already made you one. But anyways, my mom died. It is Rick. This is Sarah. Steve Bishop's daughter.
Oh, hey.
Um, fuck, what was I saying? Yeah. Okay, so my mom died on Christmas Eve, 2014. It was a rainy day, clouds everywhere. It was just nasty. And it wasn't cold. It was just a warm Christmas Eve. Well, my mom died early afternoon, and Mr. Sweets and my sister had to go to, I think, a Christmas party or something. I don't remember. And I remember him saying that they were driving somewhere on a road, and all of a sudden, literally, just like, I don't know, quote me if I'm wrong, Steve, just one little circle or whatever, just big old beam of light. It just got super fucking bright for no fucking reason, and it just how he explains it is 10 times better. But it's like, you know what, that's really, really neat to think, and that just gives me just a little bit of hope in a way. Maybe there is, something out there that is real. I hope. I mean, I don't know. But just stuff like that, dude, that's more of a phenomenon than more of an anomaly in a way. I just think that's just really, really cool. That stuff. Your grandma is telling us she brought your mom's. Wait, your grandma telling us she brought your mom. Bought your mom's way in. Yeah, my mom was a cheapskate because my mom basically used my grandma for money. I won't get into that one. But yeah, I thought it was pretty cool story. And then I know Sarah had a pretty cool story, but I won't say that to anybody or anything. But that's cool. I think, I don't know, man. I stand with a bunch of weird stuff, and I don't really have beliefs. I just have myself and I to believe in what I believe in, and I don't judge people on what they believe in. But unfortunately, dude, this shit's real. There's reasons why it's real. They just don't make up these stories for a reason. just to scare people. Somebody's seen something. It's like the conversation we had a few weeks ago, dude. Somebody's seen something. The same thing with aliens, Bigfoot, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you. The last time we had a conversation, I'm like maybe like 80% sure Bigfoot's real. I swear to God. The more I read into it, the more I talk about it, the more I hear people's stories and stuff, dude. I believe that there's something out there in the woods, not in our woods, in the 57.4 million acres of wilderness in Alaska.
That's just Alaska. I mean, we still have dense forests here in the lower 50 here in the United States. So
here's a question for you, Rick. Hold on for a second. Here's a question for you. I just need, which side are you on? Sasquatch versus Yeti. Who's winning?
Sasquatch.
I don't know what my where I stood before, but I'm more on Bigfoot's side, 100%. 100%. I think I used to be on Yeti's side, but Bigfoot whooped some ass. Did my comments go through? Which comments? Oh, wait a minute. Brooklyn said, when my grandma died, we seen one butterfly, then one let me hold it and take it to my dad. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, my grandmother did dream of my... I don't remember my cousin. Mm-hmm. He was older than me. Yeah, I think he was around my mom's age. Maybe a little bit younger or older, but I forget. But I think he was younger.
Yeah.
But my grandmother kept on having this dream that there was this pond, and this coffin will wash up the shore. Coffin lid will open up. She'll look down, but before she could see, she could wake up. She had that dream. The last time she had that dream, the coffin lid opened up. She looked down, and it was my cousin Keith in the casket.
Mm.
Not sooner. She gets woke up again by a phone call telling her that my cousin Keith had drowned in a pond. The same pond that she dreamt about. He was messed up, and he rode off a raft, and his friend went to help him, but instead of his friend going behind him, he went in front of him, and my cousin Keith took him down with him.
Oh,
now, here's the fucked up thing. The day of my cousin Keith's funeral, after everything was in my grandmother's dream, she started crying. My mom came up behind her. She goes, "Mom, don't cry. He would not want to see you like this." My grandma is looking in the casket at the funeral. My mom walks up behind her. She goes, "Mom, don't cry. He wouldn't want to see you like this." So later on that night, he had a thing of running away. Well, when he used to run away, he would be real panicky. He'd tap on Mom's window. He goes, "Hey, Rhonda, give me a cigarette." So she had a little hole cut out in the screen. Gave him a cigarette. He's like, "Thanks," and take off. So she's in bed at night. She hears on the window. It's like she open the window up, and she goes, "It was Keith." He goes, "Hey, Rhonda, give me one last cigarette for the room." But he wasn't panicked. He was calm. He goes, "Everything's going to be all right. Just give me one more cigarette." Her being her, force of habit, put the cigarette out through the window. And then it dawned on her, she's like, "Holy shit." She bolts out, and she wakes up, bolts out of the house. She could smell the smell of cigarettes, but there was no cigarettes on the ground. One cigarette was missing out of her pack.
See, now that's a little fucked. Yeah. That's cool. That's real cool.
And when my grandmother, when she finally got done doing, because every time she do, I've told you this before, my family, especially back in the day, was involved with some bad shit. Not only just moonshine, but a lot of bad shit. But every time my grandma would do readings, most of it would be evil stuff that would come through. She's like, "Okay, I'm done. She took her. She actually had a crystal ball that one of her friends gave her, and he was a gypsy.
Mm-hmm.
And she took that crystal ball, threw it in the fire, and it started screaming. As soon as it broke, and then her sister or somebody called her. She goes, "Hey, Dolores, she's still doing readings in the car." She goes, "No, I gave it all up." And she heard something on the wall. She looked over. And you remember those big ass wooden spoons and forks and knives and everything that people used to.
Yeah, I used to get
She had
beat
those.
with one of those.
Yeah, she had the knife fork and she had the set. All three of them just started swinging back and forth.
No, I'm good. I'm all right with that.
In the house on Brown Street that I told you about earlier, that I was not allowed going to her bedroom.
Yeah, dude,
And I see that shadow figure.
Mr. Sweets definitely knows, dude. I used to get beat with wooden spoons, dude, daily. I was immune. I was never immune to them. No hangers, no belts. A fucking wooden spoon. As soon as my mom's like, "I'm gonna get in a wooden spoon," I'm already gone. You see a little cloud like Roadrunner. I'm fucking gone.
Well, these wooden spoons were just a tad bit bigger.
I'm talking about the big ones.
These were like actually hanging. These were actually hanging on the wall. There's like 3 foot.
Oh yeah, dude, those were probably my nightmare. Someone say I got a 3-foot wooden spoon. No, dude, I'm gonna start compulsing. Having probably, oh god, bringing back memories.
Hello from Arizona.
Let's see. Mr. Sweet said Colorado moose kitten. I've never seen one of those. I think some like in a similar story, which I don't know. I think it's more of like a phenomena in a way, or an anomaly, one of those two. When my mom died, a few weeks later, I had this dream, and I typically don't have dreams like this. But I was, I was in my room. I was living with my dad, and I fell asleep in my bed just like normal people do sometimes, you know. They sleep in the bed. Well, in my dream, I was watching TV, and I was in my room, and I was sleeping. And I woke up with my mom walking in the door. She sat at the edge of my bed. She put her hand on my foot and said, "I love you, Stinky," because that's what she used to call me. And she gets up and walks out the door, and I wake up. I've never felt so warm in my life, because it felt like, one, I still felt my mom's hand, her hand on my foot, and telling me that she loves me, because it felt so fucking real. Because the same thing that was playing in my dream on the TV was playing in reality. And I'm like, man, I needed that. I really did need that. Just stuff like that, dude. I haven't had a dream like that in a long time. I haven't had a dream about my mom in a long time. But I think like when past relatives do come in your dreams, they're speaking to you. You know, they come in and they say, "Hey, like, you know, I'm doing all right. I'm doing fine." My brother, you remember when my brother had the heart attack?
Yeah.
He had a triple bypass. He told me, which is basically almost a similar story to somebody in chat. I won't say the names. I remember I asked my brother, because when he woke up from being out of it for a while, he was a little loopy and stuff, and it's whatever. So like 3 or 4 days later, I stayed by my brother's side as much as I could. And then I remember I came in, I was talking to him for a bit, and I said, "Hey, do you remember anything when you were like under anesthesia and stuff? Like, what do you remember the moment that you fell asleep until you woke up? Like, what do you remember?" And he said, "I remember Mom being there and telling me that you're not going anywhere, you're staying right here, and I'm gonna be by your side no matter what. And it's just not your time to go. You're not going anywhere." And like, dude, just hearing stuff like that just gives me so much hope on just other things. And I mean, I love those stories. They're so heartwarming. And it's like I hope one day I do get to see my mom again, and I get to be with my relatives. I'm hoping.
Did I tell you the time that my ex-wife got pulled out of the bed?
Wait, say it one more time.
Did I tell you the time that my ex-wife got pulled out of the bed?
No. Why are you pulling her out of the bed, Rick?
It wasn't me. I wish, because if I was pulling her out of the bed, we'd be doing something different.
Self-love.
But yeah. But yeah, I was married at that time. Yeah, I was getting my love. Well, I was pretty much single again. But the last very active house that I lived in was a house in Chautauqua. Now, the house I lived in was built in the late 1800s. And the stairwell, I mean, we actually had to take stuff through the balcony into the house because the steps were about that narrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could look up on the ceiling and look like kids' handprints on the ceiling. So we're sitting there, and one night we had the baby monitor on. This is when my oldest daughter was just a baby, obviously. And we heard an old woman start singing "Hush, Little Baby, Don't You Cry" because Reba started crying. Me and my ex-wife's like, "What the hell?" So we jump up, nobody's there. And the next thing you know, as soon as we could still hear it, because we only had to go like this to the room. As soon as our feet touched the in her room, Reba's room, it stopped, and it started getting static.
Fuck that, dude.
So
cool.
This is probably about, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks later. We're dead asleep. Well, I get woke up by her screaming in my ear. Of course, that scared shit out of me. I wake up screaming like a little bitch. I'm like, what? What the hell's going on? She goes, I just got pulled out of the bed. I'm like, okay, what? She goes, I just got pulled out of the bed. So, and literally, she had bruises around her ankles where it looked like somebody grabbed them and pulled. So I was like, what happened? She goes, I was having a dream that this little person, spirit or whatever, was running around her bed and then going through the wall into Reba's room, coming back on your side, running around fast. She goes, and I couldn't do anything. She goes, and it stopped, grabbed my ankles, and pulled. And that house, you could hear people walking on the balcony. Like.
Yeah. Fuck that, dude. Yeah, dude, that's just the stuff that's really unexplainable because you just don't know. And then when people start wanting to mess with them, take a step back. You don't know what you're messing with.
Yeah.
You're not no Ghostbusters. Right?
I don't got a proton pack.
You don't got a proton pack. You don't have no trap set up. You don't have a little cell set up for them. Like, you are physically fucking with something that you shouldn't. At first, like, I really wasn't really, I would never want to touch a Ouija board. Ever. And then when I realized, like, dude, that's just a money scheme, dude. I do not believe in Ouija boards. But when you started getting into, like, rituals and, like, seances or people having shrines and stuff. No, thank you. No. Fuck no. I remember, hung one in my bathroom. Thanks, Steve. I remember I was talking to this girl one time, and she was a weird little thing. And
it never worked for me.
I went over to her house, and she lived over at the Catalina Trailer Parks. And we went over there. We were watching a movie, and she said, "Well, let's go in her room." Obviously, you know what's going to happen in this room. I knew where things were going. So I go in her room, and I start noticing these little skulls, and like in a weird pattern and stuff. And I'm like, "Oh, you got a bunch of skulls." She's like, "Yeah, they're just like, dead cats I found around the trailer park, and I boil the heads and I keep the skulls." And I'm like, that's not good. That's a little weird. And she built like these shrines and stuff, and she was like a Wiccan, so she was like all into witchcraft and stuff. And dude, I was not about it. I mean, don't get me wrong, she was hot. She was so hot. But I felt like that she was gonna perform like basically, if we're doing the thing, and like she's doing her thing, and all of a sudden like she's on top, I'm on bottom kind of thing, and she grabs a knife and stakes it through my heart. I'm like, dude, I've seen movies, dude. I know where this goes. I know where you're going. I say, "What, girl? You're way too hot for me for being in this. I know what you're doing. You're gonna sacrifice me."
I still would have went for it.
I didn't. Other things happen, but we're not going to get there in the podcast.
That house I told you that my ex-wife lived in, and she got pulled out of
What's
bed.
next?
My ex-mother-in-law lived right below us. So it was me, my ex-wife, Reba, and her mom and stepdad, and my brother was downstairs. Nobody was upstairs. Next thing you know, we heard a thud.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, what the hell? So I go out there. I had this like all-in-one floor, like cheap floor stereo.
Yeah.
Speakers and everything was all just all in one big cabinet. I had the door shut and everything. That thing was actually face down.
Mm-mm.
We didn't have no cats. We didn't have no pets.
No, I'm good.
And people's like, how can you sleep up there by yourself? I'm like, I just can.
Because they want to summon me. I'm the one.
But yeah,
want.
I mean, it's like I'm just. They're like, you don't get freaked out. I'm like, hell yeah, I do. But
I'm human.
It's either, yeah.
Oh,
they're like, well, you're kind of used to it anyways. Or I was like, I might be used to it, but it still freaks me out.
Yeah, I that stuff is just weird, man. Because you can't control it. Because it's like you kind of want it to happen, especially like as an adult. You want these things to happen, but in your mind, you're just sitting here like, please don't happen. Please don't do this. I don't want to witness anything. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think like the most recent thing that's happened to me. I haven't had it. Other than going on that investigation up in Marion, Ohio, at that bar, it was weird, because the people that lived there were there while we were doing these investigations. The bar was cool, it was really neat, but there was one thing that really kind of wait. Let's talk about hiding in porta potties. Oh, yeah, that's a fun moment. I'll talk about that one here in a second. But in this bar, it was a 3-story bar. Well, technically 4 if you want to include the cellar downstairs in the basement. As soon as we got there, we started setting up all of our equipment. Well, me and my cousin, we went downstairs by ourselves. And it was a huge basement, dude. Huge. You can smell the limestone. Yeah, it was, and the mildew was so strong.
Mm-hmm.
So we were walking down the steps, and big open area, pitch black. The only thing we have was just infrareds and a little flashlight that I had. Well, I don't know what I saw, so I can't really claim that it was paranormal or something. But I went downstairs, and I remember I was talking to Andrew, and he was setting up his trail cam, because the trail cam takes pictures of moving objects, Yeah. And night vision, probably the greatest thing in the paranormal world to use as a trail cam. Well, as we were walking back out, it was this old boiler room. But when you walk out of this room, it was a big open area. But in the backside, there was a bunch of like stuff that they stored, and it was old shit. And I had seen somebody just like peek their head up and peek down. And I paused for a second. I'm like, I said, Andrew, did you see that? And he's like, no, I wasn't even paying attention. So I sat there for a second, and the person rose up, walked back to the wall, leaned against the wall, and sat there for a second. And I'm like, trying to adjust my eyes in the darkness, and I'm like, I'm just looking and I'm like, you're not seeing this right now? He's like, no, you're not. There ain't nothing back there. And I shine my flashlight. There is nobody there. But when I take the flashlight away, the person's still standing there. And I'm like, I'm just shocked. I'm like, this can't be real. I don't know if it's like an object in the back of the room that's like projecting it to look like a little shadow figure, but there was nothing on the wall. So every time I had my flashlight, it was gone. But as soon as I drop it, motherfucker was standing there. So we go back upstairs. We do our investigation. We go up all the through the stores, all the way up. It's not stores, all the way up to the different like levels and stuff. And we didn't get nothing. We did like isolation methods. We did. I forget what the hell the other thing was. But anyways,
Spirit box.
yes, we did spirit boxes. We did EVPs. We did isolation EVPs. We did everything. All these stuff that we could do. Nothing. We go back downstairs. It ain't there no more. It's just not there. Like nothing's there. And I'm like, dude, I'm tripping balls, dude. Like in this spot, there was literally, I try to explain to the owner, I try to explain to the lady that we were doing an investigation with. I said there was somebody that literally peeked her head up, peeked down, rose up, went back, and leaned against the wall. And it was gone. Did no idea what the fuck it was. And she was like, oh, it was just probably a spirit just coming and going. And I'm like, no, this person was watching us, is what it was. Like, this thing was watching us do our thing, and something was going on. That's probably the only closest thing that I can remember that's the most modern thing for me right now, is that. Don't know what it was.
Yeah, I haven't had a. Well, I take that back. For about a couple weeks after I moved in here, like I said, these apartments used to be bad. A lot of bad shit's happening to them. But I was walking to my car. It was probably about 9 o'clock. That's probably about 8 o'clock at night. And I just see something out of the corner of my eye. And I looked over and it looked like somebody was walking between these two cars, but it never, I didn't hear no car doors open. It looked like somebody was probably about 6 foot tall guy was walking between these two cars, and he never did come past the cars. So that's the so far that's the only one I really want to experience.
Yeah,
Something like that, because like I said, these apartments, there's a lot of bad stuff that's happened to them. You know, stabbings, shootings, ODs. So
Mr. Sweet says everybody's 6 foot standing next to you. Hey, dude, everybody's 6 foot with me, dude. I'm short too. Yeah, dude. I wanna go out and do investigations and stuff, but dude, a lot of the places that you like, I want to investigate, they cost money, dude, and a lot of them are a lot of money. Like, you know, the Madison School, well, not Madison School, Post-Town Elementary, dude, they're expensive, man. Ohio Reformatory, dude, they're almost like $2,000 for a fucking night. But those $2,000, you can bring like 10 people. I don't want to go with 10 fucking people. I want to go with 4 or 5 people max, if that.
you know, one place that we could probably talk to the owner, because I didn't really think about it. We could probably have Tiffany talk to the owner of the Madison Inn.
Yeah.
Because because there's a lot of bad shit that's happened at that place. But he's told me stories about going down to, that's where his office is, that's where the storage unit, everything is downstairs. And she's like, there's been times where she's been down there and see somebody walk past her, and she's turning around and, you know, straight on, see him turn.
I want to do Dr. Psychos.
Huh?
I want to do Dr. Psychos.
Oh, Psychos? Oh, yeah. So, there's been times where Lisa from she worked at Phobia last year, Lisa Church. She works at Madison Inn with Tiffany now.
Yeah, yeah.
They have both. She was actually Lisa's kitchen now, and of course Tiffany's bartender. They both seen same time an old man sitting at the. If you've been in Madison Inn, right? Well, the bar kind of goes like this. Well, right here, there was an old man sitting there, Tiffany's like, I'll get you in a minute. He goes, don't worry about it. I mean, literally said, don't worry about it. She turned around, did something, turned back around. He was gone.
Hmm.
And she said he was so old, there's no way he could have just jumped up and
Yeah.
ran. One time, Lisa was in the kitchen cooking something, and she just let out a blood curdling scream. And Tiffany's like, "What's wrong?" She goes, "Somebody just touched my damn shoulders." And the only two people that was in the bar was her and Tiffany.
No, thank
She
you.
goes, "Somebody just touched my damn shoulders."
No, thank you.
Not like just a tap, like grabbed a hold of me.
No, I'm good on that.
So we could probably talk to Tiffany and ever talk to the owner of Madison Inn.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man. I mean, that'd be really neat just to go out and do something. I definitely want to try to do psychos. I've been wanting to do psychos for a while.
Oh, I have
Dude, fuck that
so
place.
many
That
stories.
I do too, man. That place is wild. And I wasn't even doing like we were playing hide and seek in there. And oh, dude, this is crazy. So we were in, you know where the door is to go downstairs into the basement.
Yeah.
All right. So I was
In the
playing.
pub room?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so that night, Mortis, I sent you a message on Instagram. Cool. I'll check it out in just 1 second. We were playing hide and seek, the clowns versus a few people from the trail. Just like 10 of us. Like, honestly, it's about like 20 of us all hiding in this fucking thing. Well, I was like, all right, cool. So I went in that door. I went down that crawl space, and I just went down that where the opening was downstairs in the basement. I'm not going any farther. No. I don't fuck with that. So I remember I was just sitting there, and I remember I'm just looking up that door because I cracked it just a little bit so I can have some light shining on me. Fuck being down there in the darkness, and I kept on hearing like shuffling behind me, and I'm like, it's probably just animals. I'm just gonna do my thing, and then I thought I heard Cody Wilmot say, "Hey, what are you doing down here?" Right behind me. That's all I heard. What are you doing down here? There was nobody down there but me.
Yeah.
No, thank you. There's one. That's one. And then the fucking glass breaking in the lab. That was I captured that one. That one was cool. I still don't know what that was. I need to get that footage from my cousin because that's really, 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 really cool. So fuck psychos, but I want to investigate it 100%.
Let's see, Psychos. There have been times where
Keep talking. People are listening. I am literally about to piss myself. So give me 1 second.
So yeah, Psychos. You know, we had it's a haunt. We had a fog going. Well, in my old scene, when somebody when somebody walks through a fog machine, you can see where the people walk, and you could literally see where somebody was walking through the fog. I've been touched. I've been touched, slapped. I mean, not hard, since somebody did that on my shoulder. So yeah, that's Dr. Psycho's is a very active place if you believe in the paranormal. I do. I've heard people walk in front of me when there's nobody there, no groups are coming through. So
I'm back. Sorry.
no problem.
I kind of hurt myself because I pushed out too hard. Oh no!
But yeah, like I said,
Here we go. All right. Nope. Wait a minute.
yeah, like I was telling them, I've been
Wait for it. Can you hear me? Oh, yep. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, you were saying?
but like I was telling them, you know, when haunts go and they have the fog machines going. Well, in the old butcher scene, where those coming through the deli,
Yeah.
before they go to Psycho's room, where the fog is, you can tell somebody's walking through a fog. I seen somebody walking through the fog, but there's nobody there. I couldn't hear no sounds. And instead of turning to go to Psycho's, it just went straight. There's been times where I just, on a slow night, just sitting there, leaning up against the old butcher block they used to have, and hear somebody walking in front of me. Somebody, somebody tapped my shoulder from the back. I mean,
I'm good
I've
on
experienced
that.
a lot of shit.
I'm fucking good on that, dude. But I want to experience it. Maybe one day I can get up in there and do some shit. I'm pretty sure they'd let us. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. Never tried. I tried to reach out to Jordan, but he never messaged me back. But
You don't even message me back.
yeah, I'm like, you're busy. You got a busy life, my guy. You do you, homie.
Even me and Devin was talking because I live right above Devin,
Okay.
and he's like, dude, he don't even message me back, and I'm the assistant manager.
Oh fuck. Well, man, Rick, dude, I
I was like, oh
appreciate
yeah,
I appreciate you hopping on tonight, man. Really do. Came in clutch. I'm gonna end it with that, and then if maybe next weekend if I'm not, I'll be on first shift, so maybe and if like nobody shows up, maybe we can bust out another little thing on a Saturday and see what happens.
that sounds good to me.
Yeah, man. Again, dude, I really do appreciate you. Just hanging out and getting spooky, and then chat, guys. Like, I appreciate you and with your chat too. Thank you for just watching and being there and being supportive and stuff. And then I'll post this sometime tomorrow when I either before work or after work, and go from there. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a nice little talk. Good. And I didn't do no research or anything. That's just us. Us talking, dude. I enjoy just talking. I get stressed out, dude, because sometimes like when I do my researches and stuff, I'm afraid to talk because I don't want to be wrong. But when you're just talking, when it's with your own experiences, those are just a little bit more like believable. You know? I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah.
Levi
Ashworth?
from
What?
no, he used to work at Dr. Psycho's.
Okay.
Blonde hair.
I have no idea. Maybe.
I'll send you a picture.
Okay.
But anyways, he just said walking down the stairs to the lunchroom from the main door at Post Town is always an eerie feeling.
In Post Town?
Yeah,
I want to go to Post Town so bad. I want to. But with that being said, guys, after this, after I'll get off live, I'm gonna grab me something to eat, and then I'll get back on live, and then we'll play some video games. But dude, I love this. This is why, I created the 13th podcast. I mean, I like doing the researches, I really do, but I really just like talking about stuff that I do know about and what have I experienced, and hearing your experiences and stuff, man. Those are, and I know you have more. I know what's cooking in that brain. I've read your scripts, man.
Oh, before you get on there, I have to tell you one thing about my script. One of my friends, I let him use it because him and his friends are trying to start an entertainment business. What better way to do a low budget horror film? He looked at me. He goes, "Dude," he goes, "I see you. You like to joke around. You're smiling a lot more than what you used to, and you're a pretty laid back guy." He's like, "But I'm reading the script," and he goes, "That is some dark ass fucking shit that's coming out of your head." And I don't. He goes, I had to keep on saying to myself, "This is just Rick." He's like, because I had to remove the friendship so I could actually be fully invested to be critical about it. He goes, "Dude, I don't see how the hell nobody's picked this up yet." He goes, "Because it is some of the darkest shit I have ever read."
It's really, really dark. And it wasn't hard for me to read because, I'm about it. So like, but to normal people, they would be completely disgusted.
Oh yeah, my youngest cousin, is actually into that type of.
Mr. Sweet said, second that.
Thank you. But my youngest cousin is even into that kind of, pretty much gore porn. She couldn't get past the certain scene with a certain feminine object. And she sends me a message back. She goes, "You need therapy."
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
"This is my therapy."
Yeah, if I didn't know who you were and you handed me a script, dude, I'm calling the police. This really fucking happened, guys. No, but it's really detailed, and it's a rough read, but it's really detailed. And again, it's brutal, and it's kind of sad in a way, but it's like it's what people, there's people out there like that. It really is, and it's fucking dark.
And you know me, I don't pull no punches. I cross every damn line and push every taboo. And
Yeah, because like the R word's hard for a lot of people, you know. Forcefully R words are hard for people. To read about it, it's tough, but when you read it and how open it is and how forcefully things go, it's like you put things in perspective. It's like, dude, this is real fucking life. This is just how things is. Well, how things are, I'm sorry. But good for you. Like literally, man, like you kept that handwriting, dude, or you typing, or however you wrote it, man, dude. And I hope one day somebody just picks it up.
I'm gonna get one more paycheck. So I've been working a lot of overtime, and I'll hopefully have enough money so I can actually get final script or final something. It's a script. It's a script writing program, and I'll probably get that next Friday and start writing scripts again. Because
cool, dude.
The script writing program I had was Celtics. Well, it's now outdated, and it's not letting me use it on my laptop.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get Final Draft. That's what it is. I'm gonna get Final Draft. They've updated it. So
if this ever be in a movie, dude, you better be recommending your boy, because I'm all about it. I like losing my mind.
I was wanting to get me and you get together and write something.
Dude, that'd be fucking cool, dude.
Your head is just about as fucked up as mine is.
It's pretty fucked. I accidentally last night, dude, I told somebody that I was gonna punch. I did tell you that I was gonna punch somebody in their moose knuckle. I could not believe I said that. But it gets worse. I have to filter myself.
Oh yeah.
Bad.
All right, well, that's the only thing I just want to let you know when you started saying that. So yeah, I'll let you go so you eat and do some gaming.
All right, man. I appreciate you hopping on again, guys. This is probably basically a bonus episode of the 13th podcast with Rick Plummer. Thanks, dude. Again, thank you so much.
Old
Man Rick. Yeah, his what is it on TikTok?
Old Man Rick.
Old Man Rick. It's that face. That's his profile picture. It's that face. It's that one right there. You can't miss it. Big old white beard. All right, guys. Well, I'll be on here in just a few minutes to play this new game that I bought. And then other than that, dude, Rick, you have a great night and just stay spooky, my guy.
See ya.
All right, see you guys.